If you can even hear me, welcome to another video. This is Magnus here. Some of you might remember he was on the channel like 3 years ago, I think, when I reviewed this very car, his Mark V Volkswagen GTI. We reviewed it at Laguna Seca on the track. He's made some drastic changes to it. It looks completely different now. Run me through the main things that you did.
Well, I've done just about everything except engine internals. The rods and the pistons are stock, but that's about it. Everything is done. There's spherical bearings, there's a tubular subframe, there's a lightweight clutch and flywheel. It's the same thing from last time you reviewed it. There's a balance shaft, there's so much done to the car. I have a list. I'll send it to you so you can post it on the video. It's huge.
So how much power are you putting down?
It's probably putting down 340 at the wheels on 91 with methanol.
So well over 400 at the crank.
Probably,
For
yeah.
front wheel drive.
Yeah.
What kind of differential do you have?
Well, in my last transmission I had a Quafe, and in this transmission I used a Pelican.
Pelican, okay.
Yeah. The car weighs about 2680 without anybody in it.
Wow.
It's fully wet.
There's a lot of turbo lag.
Is there?
Oh, this is coming from a guy who drives naturally aspirated Hondas. So
I guess so.
Yeah.
Feel free to fucking rev it out.
Yeah, I'm just getting warmed up to it. What's the red line?
77.
Really?
Yeah.
It can rev that high safely?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Wow, the LSD is amazing.
Yeah. It really does make a difference.
I think we're gonna have more fun going uphill.
Yeah, I understand.
The car moves around a lot.
It's pretty loosey-goosey, especially with the new subframe. I just put it in last night, and goddamn, it was really a bitch putting that thing in.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
But significant rigidity in the front control and the way the car is pitched in.
Yeah, I can feel it. The front is just so solid.
Yeah.
So even stock internals with just, what was it, upgraded valve springs can handle 7,700 RPM?
Yeah. Well, I did the rod bolts.
Rod bolts, okay.
So the stock ones are like chewing gum, so we put in ARP 2000s.
Okay. That was 7.2.
Man, it really picks up.
It does. Really?
Yeah.
You've done it?
Oh, many times.
You know the weird thing is?
What's that?
Just the fact that I'm in a GTI, like, you know, it's a hot hatch, it's a turbo, it's a 4-cylinder.
Yeah.
Every single car, like even remotely close to this that I've driven, I'm always short shifting.
Yeah.
Because the engines just they run out of breath at the high RPM.
They do run out of breath, and they're also pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Engines themselves, so they don't really like to rev. And that's what I like about what I've done to this car.
Yeah.
Is it just goes.
That's what I like about it as well. The engine actually revs. I mean, it revs sky high for a turbo 4.
Yeah.
And it doesn't let off. Like the higher you rev it, the more you get out of it.
That's an interesting thing, because when I took the balance shafts off, before I took them off, you know, it would kind of die out around above 7K.
Yeah.
But once I took them out, it just goes. It just pulls like a freight train all the way to red line.
What do you have for suspension?
It's H&R RSS club sport coilover kit.
Okay.
So this car originally belonged to Griffin Motor Works. So H&R sent them the suspension when it came out, and I think they told Curly, try out the suspension. And it's so stiff.
Yeah, it's really stiff.
It's so stiff. I think they've softened the suspension for the newer versions of the suspension.
Okay.
I've been thinking about other suspension like Olin's or DRC, but it's just like a big chunk of change. And
I think that's what'll make the biggest difference for you, though. I think your engine's great.
Yeah.
The LSD is fantastic. Like the way it just pulls out of corners. Never really felt a front-wheel drive car besides the Civic Type R do that.
Yeah.
The coilovers are the only place I think that could be improved.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Magnus. We'll do a little COVID-friendly elbow tap. This car is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was a little nervous coming into this because I just wasn't sure how drivable it would be on a road like this. But yeah, once you get warmed up to it, it's not too much of a handful.
Yeah, it's the things that the mid-corner bumps when you've got it like loaded up and you're coming in. If you hit a bump, since it's so stiff, it'll push you aside.
Yeah, I did feel quite a bit of that. The brakes actually were 100% good the whole time. It was just a mental thing, like not having ABS on a road like this is a little sketch.
Yeah, no, it is, because you can lock the brakes like that if you're really just jamming it.
Yeah.
I appreciate you doing the review.
No, I appreciate you letting me hoon on this thing for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Once we get back out to the track, I think this is where this thing will really open up.
Next week, I'm going to go to Sonoma, and
that is so tempting.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do.
All good.
All right, thanks, man, and thanks guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think of this car. See you next time.